When you stay at a verbo.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, once again to Realm of Racing. The cars may not be real, but the racing certainly is. And we're here, round 15, Netherlands, and it should be a good one. With me, as always, my man Hunter. How we doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing good. One of my favorite tracks on the calendar by a long shot. So, I'm hoping for some good racing tonight. Got a much better grid than we did last week. Last week was pretty low numbers at Belgium. While it did create still some good racing last week, but hopefully this week is even better than the last. But yeah, we've started up a little bit late, but Tito's already had an incident, so he'll be starting from the back as long as people actually obviously put their laps in. But let's see who else is on track. Oh, I'm still playing the Mexican theme.
Oh, shit. Such a very nice anthem. We like
it was
that.
just so soothing. I just had it on in the background. I didn't even notice.
Nice.
But we're good.
Yeah, no, I definitely like this track. It's technical and stuff. Maybe not. I still think there's a decent amount of overtaking opportunities. Maybe not real life, but in game for sure, though.
Oh yeah, and I think there's definitely a lot of mistakes to be made on a track like this. In 36 laps, I mean, it feels like a lot of laps, even though it's a short. I mean, it's a short lap. It's about 111, 112, probably about 114 in race trim, 115ish. So I think there's definitely going to be a decent amount of overtakes.
Yeah, no, like you're saying, this track is very unforgiving and stuff. There's not a whole lot of areas to make a mistake here.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think how
one's
long
half the
F1
grass
didn't
is
drive
dirt.
here.
Well, it
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
while.
Yeah, dirt, like
can't
what,
remember.
20, 30 years or something, I feel
Yeah,
like. And
it was a
it's a
while.
shame because I feel like we missed a lot of maybe potentially good racing
And it
over the
almost really
years.
came out of nowhere. Well, I don't know. We were supposed to get it in 2020, and then, I believe the track told F1 that they were not willing to put on a Grand Prix without fans because they couldn't afford it really in like their first Grand
True.
Prix. So they
Yeah,
canceled the
that's not a great.
2021 and then moved it, or 2020 and moved it to 2021. But I feel like the track kind of came out of nowhere in terms of it coming back to F1.
See, I'm curious, like, do you know when that banking was added? Like, how long ago that was? 'Cause I know it couldn't have
It
been
was
too,
recent.
too
It
long
was with the
ago.
F1 car. It was when I believe it was in 2020 when they made that change.
Okay.
At
Yeah,
least
so maybe
sometime around there.
potentially
It
had
was because I'm pretty sure that change was actually specific for the F1 car.
true to make it more grade one standard
Because
potentially,
I
or
mean that corner being flat like it was, is basically a Monaco hairpin.
Mhm.
That banking obviously allows a lot more speed to be carried
Well,
through
I've
there.
tried to argue this before that corner concept, I call it like the Daytona banking style, that they should incorporate that in a lot more corners, like say maybe Spain. Take that old chicane out, run the real layout like it should be, but change it into a banker or something maybe. I don't know. A few different areas where I
Well,
feel
I
like
mean,
it
the
could.
main issue with Spain's last corner was that it was so fast that it was causing issues, and adding a banking, while I think
You're
it
gonna speed it
actually
up.
it would speed it up, but I don't think there would be it would be like Netherlands per se, Netherlands final corner. It wouldn't be as long, or like it wouldn't be as long of a corner. It would be still a little
Yeah.
bit sharper, but I think it would turn into just a small lift and go. I think it would still be doable.
Yeah, and there's just other places probably where kind of concept maybe would work to just improve some tracks potentially, maybe real life more than in game. Obviously, in game you can obviously overtake a lot more
So yeah,
places than you
Tails
can.
just put in a 110.8. He did kind of. He's off sync with the guys. I believe the McLarens are just now coming out for their second set of laps. Well, actually, only Canadians put in a lap. Slippery has not put in a lap yet. And he is now on track. I guess we'll see. I can't tell. So yeah, this must be the end of his lap. Oh, he's going back into the pits. Didn't like
Yeah,
it.
it's nice to see that that gap right there from what is that P2 down to P10, roughly all under 7/10 of a second, roughly.
Yeah, very tight in that group. Also the the reserve PRL Tinsel Man hopping into P4 with a 1:11.275.
No, I did not even
Sitting
notice
snug.
that. Nice. I couldn't tell if Canadian right there is he on a hot lap here because I seen potential spot where he might have
Yes, he
lost a
must
little
have.
bit of time there.
I think so. Yeah.
That's another thing about this track, like with
Didn't
traffic,
improve
could
though.
definitely come into
Well,
play on this track.
he might be just going. He might be going again. Actually, he might have pulled out of that first lap and then gone again. Because it does do actually. It would say he was on his out lap if that was his first lap, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So he's done at least you know two laps on these tires.
Yeah, no, I was riding on board. I think, but it's so hard sometimes to always get out of the way. There was two cars coming, and I don't know. It is a very tight track. Sometimes you almost have to go off track
Yeah.
when you got cars on hot laps behind you here.
Yeah, it's wide in certain places and then it's narrow in certain places. So yeah, you can
Yeah,
definitely
if you
get
get
caught out.
caught in the wrong spot for sure, which I guess can happen in a lot of places.
Canadians just
Yeah, so
put in a
tails.
purple first. Tundi's just got a 5-place grid penalty
Yeah, I seen that. I was trying to look
for a
down
collision with Tundi. Oh, Canadian's gone off and invalidated.
on the very last. Yeah, and he decides to come right into the pits after that. Oh, and we got a Ferrari around. Who is that? K Money has a
Money, yeah.
moment. Oh, and he's got a
Yeah, he gets out of
Mercedes
the
right
way,
behind
but
him
like
there.
you said, has to
Whew.
literally go off track to do so.
Yeah, definitely could be treacherous out here.
Now Wesley's on a lap here, I believe. Yeah, he's got the DRS open. Into the final parts of the lap. He's got an Alfa Romeo. I think that's routine or it's Gelfi. I can't tell. Ahead of him, but they're going to start their lap and they're going to be out of the way. I think he's just pulled out, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Lifton. I know, it's so weird. So every time you try to get on a board with somebody, then out of nowhere, like, I'm coming to the pit.
Well, that one I was more sure on. He was pushing. And then I think he actually, maybe he got spooked by routine. Maybe he already felt like routine. Maybe, I don't even know if that was routine, but one of the Alfa Romeos, let's see here actually. No, it was actually Gelfi that was just ahead of him. So, I don't know. But yeah, he did not finish that lap.
Yeah, the moment. Haas of Nat Hammers had a big moment there, too. Like he was on a hot lap and saved the
Yeah, he's
car,
starting
but
to pull out.
lost.
Yeah, he's pulled out as well. He's got the flashing red light now to recoup the energy. And it's really hard to recoup energy, not only in a race, but seriously in a qualifying. If you make a mistake deep into a lap, it seriously you're not gonna, you just should go into the pits. And if you wanted
Yeah.
to like redo it on that same tires, just make sure you stay on those tires because you will not regain your ERS. It'll take 2 laps, 3 laps.
Yeah, to get back enough hot lap. Looks like Slippery's actually on a lap as well. Coming around the final, or starting the final sector. It's a purple middle.
See how he does the final corner, keeps it tidy. Doesn't use
Yeah,
all the
uses
track,
just,
keeps it a little bit safe
I
on
was
the
gonna
curves.
say uses just a little bit of the exit curve, not
Which
much.
you don't always want to go too deep because you know it raises up there, and he's gonna take provisional pole with a 1:10.619, about 2.5 tenths faster than Tails.
See if the AlphaTauris can come back.
Yeah, they should be
As
coming
they
out
are,
of the pits anytime now.
they're sandwiched. The McLarens have them sandwiched around. So once again, the top 4 so far. History repeats itself.
Yeah, I mean almost the entire grid is in the 111s, barring just 3 drivers there. down at the bottom, but I wouldn't be surprised if they messed around and got in there during their final laps, but we'll see. About 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this qualifying session.
Yeah, I think TC is up on his delta at the time. Oh yeah,
I'm
he
on
just had
board
a
with him
purple
as well.
middle. Pretty tidy
He's
through
keeping it
there.
tidy. Oh, gets a snap.
Ah,
And he scored
the
a
curse.
P2 last week after the steward's decision to remove his 5-second penalty. He ended up with a P2 last week. So even after that big snap, where does he end up? He doesn't improve.
Yeah, just barely. I think it was a marginable.
So maybe
Yeah, so that snap
he goes
definitely.
back in. I don't know if he has time. It's a short lap, of course, but of course TC
Yeah, I don't
always
see that.
rocking
Okay,
that
3 minutes.
the Ayrton Senna style helmet.
Lovely.
Also matches well with the Aston Martin.
Yeah, I'm trying to find somebody else. I think. Oh nope, just
Maybe
invalidated.
into the pit. Like maybe Wesley. Yeah, Wesley looks like he's pushing.
Yeah, Wesley is routine 2. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, because it's definitely coming down to a 2:30 left. So guys are gonna. Oh, routine almost goes off the track there. Super close. Yeah, I need to abandon it.
So they're coming around. I think TC's gonna head into the pits here. Yeah, he is. So back on board with Wesley. He's entering the third sector now.
They're coming through this little tight little chicane. They're not too tight, but first part. Yeah, maybe a little bit of wheel spin there. Stays far off of that inside curve, which can be so dangerous. Definitely looks like he's gonna come.
Super narrow. No, he's not coming into
I
the
almost thought he
pits.
was gonna come into the pits. He came in so
taking
narrow
the
there.
shortest route to the line, and that's good enough for P3.
P3 definitely took the Alonso route right there for sure.
Yeah, that's looking like me in time trials. It's the shortest route, and he definitely took advantage of it. Kept that narrow line, and it actually is difficult to take that narrow line this year. Your rear end really can step out at any moment. But Wesley,
Yeah, so it pays off.
P3.
Pays off well for him. Tails coming through too. I think he's starting a hot lap. A little bit of traffic in front of him. Yeah, everybody's coming down to it now. Less than a minute, or right at a minute now remaining. So if you're not out on track now, you're not gonna get a time in.
Yeah, so that's TC, and that's Bonhomme as well. That
Yeah,
big
Tails
snap
caught
oversteer
all that lap.
is kicking TC right now.
Yeah, it definitely cost him. Definitely tense for sure there. TC
Yeah,
caught all that lap traffic just perfectly. It was...
Bio's going to be the first to start the last wave of laps with the McLarens following him.
Oh, Tails does improve, but it's not going to be enough, though. It's very close, though.
Yeah, and Slippery's on a lap right now as well. He knows he's more than likely safe unless David or maybe his teammate Canadian can pip that spot, but they would have to improve by quite a bit.
Yeah, and it looks like Slippery is just adding positively to his delta. He has a couple runners now crossed the line. Tinselman, K-Money, and TC.
Mercedes, that was, I believe, Acid Masters. Only good enough for P12. I think Bio is going to be the next across the line. He improves to P5. That's a really good lap from him. David and Bio actually set the exact same time of a 1:11.155. Obviously, David set the time first, so he is ahead. Who was that?
Yeah, we've seen that this weekend. Slippery improved his time again. Yeah, we seen that this weekend with what was that, Schumacher and Vettel in what was that, Q2 or Q1?
Right, yeah, that did happen. I can't remember. I think it was Q1.
It had to have been Q1 then, definitely,
Yeah.
because I think Nick got knocked out.
Wait, yeah, that was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think that happened years ago too. I swear it was like, didn't
It's
three of them get
rare.
pole?
Yeah, like somebody.
Or well, not
Oh, the
obviously not three of them got pole, but
like 3 tied for pole. Maybe I
yeah,
feel like I've
yeah,
heard of that, but actually I'm not
it
sure on that
was long time ago. I think I've heard that story too, but
Yeah, it's definitely not
yeah, I
something
think
you
no
see
one
every
else
day.
is. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
that's
why
it.
it's still going because I think everybody has actually finished their lap, but it's
Yeah,
still
that's
has a
true.
minute
A
countdown.
little worrying, but Slippery's still on track. But yeah, there's still cars on track. That was more than likely why.
Yeah, so Slippery P1, Tails P2, Canadian P3, Wesley P4, and David rounding out the top 5 there.
Yeah, that's an interesting top 5. Wesley's been struggling this season, to be completely fair. So it's good to see Wesley kind of back in his bag in P4, and also Bio not too far behind him, P6. Yeah, the
Exactly.
Alpines are fighting for P3 in the championship. So I mean, they've been very consistent so far. So hopefully they can not get commentators cursed and have a good race.
Definitely some crucial points left. I'm trying to think. It can't be that many rounds left in the season.
There's 6 rounds left.
Okay, 6 rounds.
Well,
okay. More than I thought.
That's including this round. So 5 after this.
Still though, coming down to it. Definitely coming down to it. So every point is gonna count. Yeah, should be a good one though. I definitely like this track a lot.
Yeah, I also want to keep weather in mind. I haven't seen anybody popping off in the Discord, so I assume it's probably going to be dry here. Because if it feels wet, we probably would.
Whew, whew. I feel like they've had a struggle with or not struggle, but the weather has definitely been wet more recent, quite a bit more frequent recent.
Yeah, no, it has. And I mean, at the beginning of the game, I remember kind of not enjoying the fact that it seemed like it never rained in the game. I almost think they put like a little patch in that maybe increased those chances. Because, yeah, now it definitely feels like it rains more often. But, yeah, just waiting to get underway here.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Even in places where it never really used to rain that much, and now it's every third time you go there, it's raining.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when the game first came out, I don't think it ever rained on Belgium for me. And now Belgium is definitely, which is fair. It does rain at Belgium, obviously. But yeah, now Belgium rains pretty often.
When has it ever rained there? I've never seen it rain there when F1 races there.
I mean, yeah, I don't really remember the last time it rained, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Either way, though, the revs are starting to rise. The lights are out, and away we go. Canadian gets a good jump right there. Looks like both McLarens get a really good jump.
Tails does not get a good jump, though. He's going to possibly lose this position. He has to go down the inside of Canadian. Canadian's trying to hang it around.
Oh, and around goes I think that was not Bio. The other Alpine.
They're still side by side in the front too. Canadian's trying to just get this move done, but Tails will not let it happen.
Oh, and Canadian's still right there on the back. Yeah, Tails does a good job after recovering because he definitely got caught on the line right there.
Yeah, he got a ton of wheel spin off the line. But TC already up 2 positions. Bonhomie up 3. Thunder up 3. Routine up 2. And Wesley obviously being the big loser here. He's lost 12.
Oh, and there goes Bio. Bio into the wall. Damn.
Ooh,
yeah, lost it around the corner.
Oh, he's already. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But he's kept it going. But yeah, that is.
Yeah, he just lost
part of the wing. That's both the Alpines out of the top 10 in the first lap.
Yeah, I think he just lost part of the front wing as all. Yeah, Tails had a Canadian had a bad exit on that last corner right there. Tails just jumped out at least like 4 or 5 car lengths there, further than he already was.
And I think David's really gonna try to. Oh, hold on, the Red Bull possibly knocking on the back door of David, but David's gonna try to probably he needs to push towards Canadian here, because yeah, he's in danger to losing this spot here to Tinselman, who's been on a charge up 2 positions.
Yeah, new sub in the lead in the Red Bull.
Oh!
Yeah,
As I go on board, he hits the curb! The inside curb, and thankfully he ghosts.
Wow, man, we are just on a roll with the curses tonight,
oh my
man.
God.
Golly.
The second I go on board with him, I was watching him from the broadcast, and I go on board, and he hits that curb, and he's gone.
I don't even want to compliment anybody now. Like,
No,
everybody's doing horrible.
You really can't now. And yeah,
I don't know what to say. Do
now,
you say the opposite?
I think that's affected David, because David's just he's fallen back quite a bit compared to Canadian.
Yeah, I think he had to lift, or definitely had to lift right there. And TC has got a big run on him here. Is TC going to go down to the inside? No, he's not. But the Haas is behind him. K-Money and Nat.
Yeah, will Nat be able to secure this position? He's on the inside, and he does. That's good racing from the 2 of them. But I don't know if it's job finished yet. Because the front 3 are stretching their lead out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Slippery is just on that fringe of out, stretching the DRS.
Yeah, we know ERS is going to play a big factor in this, so it'll be
I
interesting
think
coming towards the end to see what these boys are able to keep in reserves.
I think you were right a lot when you mentioned that with David. He had to lift so much because it has cost him a lot. He was way closer to that front pack, and now he's...
I mean, I think he's lost somewhere along like a second and a half at least.
Yeah, and now
he's
you mentioned, he's under pressure.
Like a 10-person DRS train. Okay, well, it's P5 to P10, and then there's a little gap, and then it's another DRS train behind that.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. But here comes TC.
Yeah, he's going to get it done this time, I think. Oh, no, they make contact.
Oh, they touch.
TC saves it. Where's David at?
Oh,
There's
no,
a big crash.
Contact. K-Money is, oh, and they're 3 or 4 wide back here.
Yeah, the Haas. Oh, I think the Haas gets the move done on David as well. That was Nat Hammer.
Yeah, Thunder and Gelfie are side by side. I think Thunder's going to take the position too. Everybody single file back out.
Yeah, so this has been chaos for everybody P4 and back. But TC
just
is now off to the races.
That slight contact. Sometimes I feel like, the car just... It almost feels like out of nowhere it just turns like it's on ice. You know, just that minor wheel-to-wheel and...
it can be very hard to sense it sometimes on this game.
Yeah, so everybody's pretty packed up in that little midfield.
Yeah, and also
the front 3 are just excellent.
So I'm wondering how long those softs going to last. Maybe he's hoping for a safety car here at the beginning.
Yeah, we've definitely come super close a few times. Yeah. I know, it's so funny just watching the broadcast of the long straightaway, and all you see is everybody's rear wing just start popping up.
Just up, 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 one by one.
Mm-hmm. And we do have a yellow. Who is that? Is that Tundi?
Yeah, that is Tundi. He gets it back going. And I think he escapes without damage.
Yeah, I think Tails did a good job. He has stayed right there. Canadian as well, staying back and now on the DRS.
Yeah, Canadian definitely showing decent pace here as well to keep up with these 2. I mean.
Yeah, Zave's just stretched it out.
Yeah, TC's kind of just in his own little world. He doesn't want to let Von Homie creep into his DRS. Because who knows what those soft tires will be able to do. do feel like those tires are gonna start to go off rather quickly. That's a Red Bull. That's Tinsel Man. He gets it back going though.
Yeah, we're on lap 6 already, so yeah, they're definitely gonna fall off sooner rather than later, especially at the pace he's gonna have to maintain, leading basically that whole DRS train right there of about 5 cars.
Yeah, and it's tough. This is probably gonna go on for a while. Somebody's gonna need to make a mistake. It's tough to overtake around here, or you just have to have a little bit of grit. You need to be smart about where you're using your ERS, where you're really pushing your hardest. More of a chess match on this type of track.
Not exactly. I definitely agree with you. It's definitely one of my favorite ones too, though. And for some reason, I don't know why that seems like an unpopular opinion. Every time I ever say that, people seem to always hate on this track. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and I think it's for the reasons we've mentioned. It's kind of heavy. There can be heavy trains.
True.
It can be hard to overtake. Which is why I think a lot of people kind of dislike this track, as Canadian sets a new fastest lap of this race. But I mean, when people say that, they just say it's a driver's track. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I think
not
that's
all
why
tracks are supposed to be the same.
more why I enjoy it too. It's more technical, not just a bunch of big straightaways and stuff like that. Yeah, Nat right there. I thought he was gonna pit. He was just trying to make sure that David did not get the slipstream on that straightaway. He was doing anything and everything, basically out of the track limits almost.
Yes, another fastest lap swapping hands again. Obviously, back in K Money just swapped onto a fresh pair of softs.
I think that
David's right on the back of tail of Nat Hammer now. Maybe he's got back on his pace.
I was gonna say even the leaders here, Tails has closed in that gap to under half a second. Oh, he lost a little bit of time on the exit there, but this DRS though is gonna drag him in.
They've all closed in the distance really on each other.
Yeah, just over time. Oh, and Slippery has a little bit of a understeer there, and the back end steps out a tiny bit, but
yeah, keeps it going. But he's gonna. I mean, he's in a McLaren sandwich. This is probably not a comfortable situation for Tails to be in. He does not have his partner in crime, and if they are partied up, which I assume they are, Tails is probably telling David to get your ass up here.
Almost kind of reminiscent of the Red Bulls versus Mercedes years ago before.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, that championship was a prime example of having two drivers, both versus one. I mean, obviously, it's always going to come out with not the role that you're wanting it to end out in terms of for the Red Bull, but I mean, they still ended up winning the drivers' championship. Obviously, many don't agree with it. But and yeah, Mercedes won the constructors, but to me, it over the course of the season, I mean, Max drove his ass off for most of that season, and then Lewis did really come on at the end, but yeah, those two ran.
Oh, they both drove unbelievably. This stuff had a.
I mean, the Brazil. I really don't think Lewis Hamilton's Brazil drive gets enough credit because he did it twice.
Oh, that's the sprint too.
Yeah, with the sprint race, and then he gets disqualified. I don't even remember what he got disqualified for. It was honestly.
It was the rear wing being too wide.
The thing that Max touched, Loki.
He pulled. He stretched it just a little bit.
Definitely tapped it. Definitely tapped.
Well, you see them videos of YouTube videos or whatever, where they're greatest moments, blah blah blah, or greatest drives. In 20 years or something, that'll probably be one of those that we'll talk about. Definitely. It's definitely got very stagnant with the DRS train, like you mentioned earlier. There has not been too many mistakes in this mid pack.
Yeah, I think Bonhomie's really at the point where the softs are starting to go off, and I didn't notice it, but David's obviously, yeah, he's going to the pits. So yeah, those softs have died out, but Bonhomie's definitely put himself in a good position. It'll just be, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how all of the strategies play out. Are these hard runners going to try to put on softs, or they're going to take the safe route and go on mediums? We've seen Bonhomie, I mean, arguably Bonhomie's made it work. I think those hards comfortably make it 26 laps. We shall see.
Yeah, that'll put you in very good positioning. Yeah, oh wow, who was that? Let me see, somebody was using all of their track, got on the grass right there.
And I'm just still stunned at how close these guys are 10 laps in. I mean, they cannot be separated at all. One of these boys got to make a mistake.
Well, Gelfie is definitely, I think, closed in, or the closest right here on the back of the
I was talking about the front three, but these three as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I'm with you. They are super close right here. These front three. You know that dirty air is just coming back hard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're all on
hards.
Yeah, definitely got a front battle. Look at the gap right there. What is that? 10 seconds roughly.
And the good thing to say, or the positive thing in my opinion, is that Tails has really regained a lot of his ERS. He was down to about 75-ish, and he's back up to 95%, which is a really good sign. So I think once these guys get to the points of where they're gonna possibly see out, or
yeah, Tinselman is out of the race.
Safety car.
Yeah, about to see where it is. Oh, it's on the first banker. And oh wow, how did he get up? Now I seen him around other cars. I wonder if that was contact potentially on the outside.
So
well, he was facing the other way though, so maybe it was just a spin potentially because he was facing.
Yes, Tails does go into the pits. He fakes out Slippery. He's gonna do the opposite of the two McLarens. Will he come out though?
So no. Whatever they do,
TC's okay. Well, TC's gonna pit as well. So I think he's
okay.
Good.
Yes, so
I think Tails will still come out in P3. Yes, he will.
Yeah. Okay, so 12 in. So what do we got? 18 roughly left.
Yeah.
After safety car. Okay, so
probably.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe like 15. I think those mediums. We just saw Bonhomie go 9 laps on the soft.
On the soft, yeah. So they should.
I would think that the mediums could go 15 or 16.
Yeah, I think they should be good.
Oh wait, whoa. We can't math. It's 36 laps, not 26 laps. Oh my gosh. No, they've got to do.
Oh yeah, no.
They've got to do another 24 laps.
Yep.
All right. Our fault.
I had some smoke in my eye, you know,
yeah.
I ran out of fingers
my bank
and stuff, and
actually set up.
My savings and a check.
So now these guys, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know if those mediums can go. I mean, I guess more like 21 or 20 laps. But I think if there is somebody on track that's gonna possibly be able to do it, it would be one of these top 3. So Tails taking a risk, and at this point in the championship, I don't think he has a ton to lose. Being
sometimes
down
you gotta risk it for the biscuit
or so. Oh.
Yeah, so this is gonna definitely
out. He always gets kicked out during safety cars. I think this is happening before.
Oh, I didn't even see who it was.
Yeah, it was Slippery. Oh, Big Tundi picks up a speeding on safety car. Was it a drive? Wait. Huh? I don't even know
a 5-second for something.
I don't know if it was speeding in the pit lane or if it was like Delta. Why would he have a delta right
No, I had to have been speeding if it was 5 seconds. Then you would get a drive-through, I believe.
now? Yeah, you're right.
If
You
it's
would get a drive-through.
I don't know. It's been a
Well,
minute.
no,
since
you would
I
get a
played.
drive-through if you go over your delta as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might have sped the pit. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and unfortunately DNF in the pits as his bot still is gonna come out on track. I thought they fixed that. Apparently not. So yeah, this obviously shortens the pack up, or shrinks the pack up, and I mean David's basically just been given a godsend because he was so far behind, and now I mean TC is no easy overtake. But if he can possibly get this done during the restart, because TC is on the hards, Tails and David definitely could make another attempt. And this time they would have the both of them, obviously, instead of it just being Tails versus the two McLarens. So we'll see. You still there, Celeste? No. Can't hear Celeste. I can't hear you, Celeste. Alright, well, we are coming in this lap. So obviously Slippery's going to slow down the field. Get prepared to get us back under green light racing. There we go. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yep. I hear
Alrighty.
you now.
Minor.
Nah, no problems. During
Minor.
it was actually perfect timing, honestly. We are back. Well, getting back underway. Slippery hasn't jetted yet. I think he just.
Oh, he's taking his
he has
time.
now. He has now.
Oh,
And look
Tails
at
is
this.
right on the back. He's gonna get sandwiched against the wall here. He's still gonna send it though down the inside.
Yeah, is he gonna have enough grip at the beginning? They make a tiny tire batch, but
Oh!
they are still making contact, and they're still side by side. This is a lap one, basically recreation, but it's flipped. Canadian is defending, and Tails is trying to get around him, and he does. Tails gets around Canadian at the restart.
What a move right there. It's proved time and time again. I feel like that higher line on that first banking corner, I feel like you could just get such a better drive and more exit speed.
No, you're completely right. It's especially in racing conditions. I just feel like in a heavier car, your weight just carries you through that corner so much better than per se. Even sometimes if you were to have a light car, but Tails
maybe
gets
not
that move
necessarily.
done. But David's still stuck back in P5.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
TC
Right
not
here.
budging.
Yeah, no DRS, obviously, for another lap.
The Alpines must have had.
Oh,
another
Tails is
issue.
gonna. I think he's gonna go for it on the outside. No, he's not. Slippery does a good job defending that corner.
Maybe the switchback, but Slippery just places his car so well right there. Tails has used a lot of ERS. He probably needs to calm down a little bit. We've still got 20 laps to go.
Yeah, and he's got to make these mediums go. Or is is he looking maybe another safety car potentially?
Yeah,
We'll see.
and also, yeah, maybe he's looking to do a 2-stop. I'm not sure if he was to do another stop, if he could maybe get a gap out on Canadian. I'm sorry, Slippery. Because these guys on the hard tires, they're on 15 lap old hards. I would imagine that they're gonna have to go into the pits and do a soft tire switch. I think that's probably what they're gonna go for at this point. So we'll see. This could get really interesting towards the end with the strategy.
Yeah,
Because
Canadian,
these two boys are the only ones who have not pitted.
I was gonna say I think Canadian's just trying to
comes.
get back on that DRS. Yeah, Tails going down to the inside. Slippery tries to block him a little bit up against the wall.
No
Tails
DRS.
not backing down.
Tails not backing down at all.
A little bit of understeer there maybe from Tails. No contact though, I don't think. Side by side.
And he gets it done in the
Tails
same
makes it.
place.
Slippery not backing down just yet. No, he's not going to be able to make a move there. Great racing right there.
And yeah, Tails, oh my god, they still...
oh boy.
Slippery was
He's using
so
all of
close.
the track.
Slippery was so close to the back of Tails. I was on board. I was shocked that they did not make contact.
I think he hovered underneath the light right there with the front wing. That was...
And I think almost a similar thing to what Max said about Abu Dhabi when he had the soft tires on versus Lewis's older hard tires. He knew he would have the straight line advantage. He just needed to be in front to be able to control it. Maybe that is Tails' plan. He just needs to be ahead because he has the tire advantage. If he can just keep this up, these guys are going to have to pit. And if you really think about it, if Tails is able to get a gap here right now and these boys have to pit, all Tails has to do, Tails can cover it. Tails can go and pit as well.
Yeah, they have to come back out in traffic too, because right now if they're, I mean, obviously they're going to stretch these hards out.
TC is still right there. David as well. David and TC only separated by about a second, as actually David's just made a pretty bad mistake, so he's going to lose some time there to Canadian, but still, as I'm saying, they're close.
When the safety car came out, was lap 12 or 14?
So, yeah, I think it ended on like 13 or 14.
I think they were only like about 12 to 14 seconds ahead.
And the Haas has just had a spin.
Yeah, it's Nat Hammer, and he's on the side of the track. Everybody gets around.
Yeah, I think he just maybe applying a little bit too much throttle pressure on one of those turns where you're turning and getting on the throttle at the same time. It's just one of the challenges of this amazing track, and yeah, like you said earlier, it's not forgiving one bit.
No, it'll take you lunch money for sure.
Oh yeah, all of it for the whole year.
Give me that. It's mine.
So.
I think Aston Masters, yeah, he did just make that move. Okay, I think Bonhomie was in front.
Yeah, he was. You're right. I mean, Bonhomie's still trying to maybe make a challenge and look back, but after this point, I mean, we saw Tails make like 3 or 4 overtakes in that exact same spot. It's hard to make an overtake after, because of the dirty air, the type of turns that come after the first sector. Really hard to make another 100%. Charge. So honestly, Tails has really just proven a great knowledge of the track. He knows exactly where he needs to overtake, and sometimes you can't get it done cleanly into turn 1. Well, I can get it done into turn 2, 3, or 4.
Take your choice. Well, because that's what I was thinking earlier. The gap that them top 3 had was only about 10 plus seconds to a big DRS train. So, and that was 12 laps or 14 laps of green flag running.
You saw how close the qualifying was as well.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get as big a gap as they normally do and come back out. They're going to have to deal with traffic, but with traffic for sure. And Tails, yeah, like you're saying, he just being... Obviously, when you're in first place, you always feel like you're in the best seat in the house, for sure.
A little bit of grass there. Putting some
Yeah,
dirt in the eye of the opponent.
I was gonna say no Ricardo here. Yeah, they're doing some lawn mowing out there, some landscaping for sure.
Yeah, these
And I
boys
have definitely
still
known
keeping
to do
it
that.
close for now. The other close battles are between Acid and Bonhomie, Routine and Black Balla,
Yeah, Thunder
and Wesley
pretty
as
close. Yeah, they're all kind of DRS trained up, trying to
well.
get
Yeah,
back
Black
on
Balla
him.
lead in this one. And I mean, Black Balla's had a rough season. He's still just getting used to new settings, taking off traction control, and also I believe he has like a new rig. He's gonna go. No, he does not go into the pits. He's just trying to break the toe of the routine behind him. Oh my goodness, he closed in so much at the end of that.
He did. Golly. Oh, a little bit of contact there.
They're good. They're good. Routine doesn't get the move done though, and he closed in so much at the end of the straight.
He did. I went right on.
Look at this.
Look at the switch back here.
It's because of the downforce. I'm telling you, Routine running probably 0 downforce. It's starting to rain.
Oh my goodness! It is starting to rain. So that's maybe why we did not know about. Oh wow!
Oh my goodness! I didn't even notice the clouds forming. Or have the cloud? I don't think the clouds have been there the whole time. I swear they haven't
noticed it. I definitely haven't noticed it.
DRS is still enabled for the time being, though. And this is going to be interesting. Slippery's still extremely close to the back of Tails. He might use some ERS here. Yes, he's burning ERS right here. He might want to get past.
Go for it.
Tails is flashing.
Outside.
Tails, they make contact! Slippery gets a little bit squirrely. And that the rain definitely not helping in that situation.
Ooh, a good job to save the car straight off throttle. And nice to steer into it. Nice job. DRS disabled.
Yes, it is disabled for the time being. And these boys are going to be... I mean, that's my cue immediately. And that hammer already on the intermediates. But, you know, I've said it multiple times this season. DRS enabled or DRS disabled is my cue to either put on the softs or the wet tires, whichever, obviously, scenario you're going into. And it is time. Because look at these boys right now. I'm shocked that Slippery's even able to keep up. Whoa! They both get super swirly. Thunder's out of the race. That's a safety car.
No.
Dang.
Yeah, Thunder had a... Yeah.
So the places are basically going to be kept the same because of the safety car.
That was crazy, though. They really did both have the same exact moment. Like somebody threw the banana peel out.
No joke. The exact same. Whoa. Whoa.
Uh-oh, what is this? Look at this.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, did he Sebastian Vettel?
Hold on.
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on, wait a second.
Is that allowed? No. I don't know.
Did he just... I don't even know what to think here.
But he doesn't...
This looks like Ross Chastain.
No, he doesn't get the mediums on, though. He keeps the... Slippery still has mediums.
He does. He does.
Oh!
Oh, and then he gets tapped coming out.
This is looking like Saudi Arabia right now. How are we back to green light? Was that a VSC? Green.
Oh my god, it had to have been a VSC then, and around the outside goes
Tails
right
no,
away.
Look at this. Canadian,
losing so much
Canadian's just retired. What is going on now?
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he lost it right there on the banker. Oh my goodness.
And Slippery has no grip at all. David's approaching quickly. This is looking like Lando Norris at Russia.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he is just creeping along.
This is insane, and we still have 13 laps to go. David needs to be careful. Slippery's having a hard time just keeping it on track. And the AlphaTauris have a 1-2 right now.
The tables have just switched in a blink of an eye right
Massively.
there. It looked like potential overtake going into the pits right there. Yeah, and he's a sitting duck right here. TC.
Absolutely.
TC and... Who is that?
That's Acid Masters, the Mercedes, going around the outside.
Yeah, Acid Masters.
I mean, and look, now it's the Haas's turn. He has no grip on those mediums. And there's just no hope for him out here. He's going to lose massive time. And I think him getting that overtake done in the pits, I think it messed him up. I think that's probably what Tails was doing, was changing his tires to make sure he didn't put on another set of soft tires or dry weather tires.
Could have.
And Canadian, or sorry, Slippery probably just didn't have the time because he saw the opportunity to go for the overtake into the pit lane. That was absolute mania.
Oh
and somehow he's not in last place.
It really was.
Okay, he is kind of, yeah, there he goes.
Oh, whoa, what has happened there? Tito runs all the way up the racetrack there. Yeah, Nat Hammer gets around. And Gelfi potentially too. I think Gelfi might have already been ahead.
He's going to have to get to work right away, which he already is.
Yeah, this should be fun to watch this for a second. He's got two cars right in front.
These front two guys have to know that they just need to keep these tires on. Intermediates really don't last as long as you might think they do. They just want to make sure that these tires can last the remaining 12 laps, and they should really have an easy 1-2. Knock on wood. Who knows? They might get commentator curse now.
Nah, I just knocked on wood. We're good. Got the table.
But
yeah,
we need instant.
Pretty close.
I hate replays in real life F1 races because they, you know, like in that time, like they usually lap 4 through like 6, and they'll just replay like every single onboard of the start of the race, and I'm just like, dude, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like they did that this last race. I'm pretty sure they did the top 6s. Everybody in the top 6s on board. I was like, dude, I just do the like 6th, 3rd, and 1st, and I would get the point.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's Mexico, so it's like a long run. I kind of get it, but Jesus.
Well, they should have saved some of that for the biggest downtime that we had for basically the rest of the race.
Right, that's what I mean. You didn't need to do that at the. You could have saved that, you know, for lap 10. I don't know. It doesn't have to be replayed right away.
They normally do that when the cars are always bunched up, or there's like a car battling, and they'll go away from it right away. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. We all know the feeling.
Actually, just like sometimes when they have the onboard going, or the big moment there by Acid Masters. He's drifting around the last corner there. Big save.
Yeah,
but when they're having the onboard and they're about to make a pass, and then they'll just change the camera to like a broadcast of like around the corner, and it's like, come on, just roll with it for a minute longer.
Did that make any sense, sir? But yeah, I mean, the race is definitely, after that mania, it's cooled down. As you said, Acid Masters still behind TC. Acid Masters, I mean, really has shown great pace around Netherlands here. Reserving in the Mercedes, but he is all over the place. He needs to be careful.
Oh my goodness! And again, yeah, he had a moment. Had to come back on track.
He was literally on the 2 wheels on the grass.
And then, or is it me?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Oh, because on my screen it's showing session over. What has just happened here?
It just said you left.
Oh, okay, it's just me. Then. Yeah, hold on.
let me
It's just me. I was like, wait a second. Everybody's retiring now. Come on.
It's like, what is happening here? This isn't right. I just invited you. But yeah,
that would make more sense because actually, I see my router is going ahead and messing up for just a minute.
Oh snap! No worries. Not a ton going on right now. I think, yeah, Acid Masters just made a slight mistake out of the final corner, so he's lost about 2/10. And there's no DRS, obviously, anyway, but you still do want to be really as close to the person ahead that you're battling as you can be. And the other closest battle is between Gelfi and Nat Hammer from P10 and 11. So not a ton going on. Tails is putting a big gap on his teammate.
I got the stream up too, so I'm a little behind. But I'm
it's about 9.7 seconds now, but I don't know. We might, who knows? We may see another safety car, and we
That's
still have
yeah,
Slippery coming
sometimes
through the field.
true. Sometimes that's that double-edged sword with when the wet comes out. You know, when it's just like intermediate wet. And like it can make the racing better, or it can dull it out sometimes too.
Well, I honestly think it was unfortunate actually that we got that last safety car, because I think we would be in a much better position actually if we didn't have a safety car restart under those wet conditions. If people, because we had good gaps I think throughout the entirety of that. Like it wasn't actually huge gaps because we had already had
Yeah.
one safety car.
Oh no, I'm with you.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it would have been better if we didn't get that last safety car, but you know, no stress on Thunder. He was on old hard tires, and it just started randomly pouring down.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of moments in that little bit of a weather switch. It almost looked like how it changes here in my neck of the woods, where it'll be sunny and then literally 1 minute later it'll be torrential.
And I can speak to that because when I came to the South, it was the first time that I've ever been driving on the highway and it rains for like 30 seconds.
And just gone.
And then it's it's
gone.
literally just gone. Like I've never
just enough to get you.
I've never seen it, and it's until now. Oh, somebody's made a mistake. It's an Alpine. That must be Bio. Oh, Bio's getting lapped actually. I didn't notice. He's had a rough race.
Yeah, that first start, he had a very good qualifying, and then that just that minor contact. It's so easy. Everybody lap one, you know, battling and.
Yeah, Wesley.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the game just maybe goes a little bit overboard on the weight transfer when that tire to wheel to wheel.
Yeah, and we've spoken on that before. Yeah, and
that's
the weight distribution
for sure
is probably the biggest flaw in these games. But I don't think they could do much better as Wesley's possibly going down the inside of Black Balla.
Oh, and a big snap there.
Yeah.
Good job not to take both cars out.
Just barely. Yeah, he kind of looked like it was a little bit half-hearted. I think he probably could have gone into that a little bit deeper. I mean, who are we to speak? We're sitting in a commentary box right now. But it did seem a little bit. It did seem a little bit like he didn't want to fully, you know, go in for it.
Yeah, and sometimes, honestly, that can be
even more dangerous.
Exactly, you know, sometimes I've agreed with you before with that kind of, like we talked about max mentality. You know, like if you're gonna go for it, you definitely just want to go ahead and just.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
Oh, okay.
It, like disappeared or something for a second.
Yeah, it looked like he was going off track.
Yeah, Black Balla might be experiencing some slight lag issue.
I hate when it does that because I've seen it do that and the car will wreck and I'll see a tire fly off and then out of nowhere they're just driving again. It's like, come on. Oh, and Wesley's right there.
The leader. So technically, let's see. Okay, so yeah, Tails is 34. He has a 34-second advantage on Slippery, and Slippery's about to hit traffic yet again. So I am thinking that with 6 laps to go, Tails has this in the bag, and the AlphaTauris have somehow, some way pulled out a 1-2.
Yeah, and they definitely could use that. They've had a lot of bad luck.
A tumultuous tale of weeks.
Definitely.
A little fancy.
And it definitely looked promising for quite a while at the beginning of the season. Definitely for a strong battle. Which, I mean, it's not over yet. Obviously, we still have maybe a third.
No, and I mean, this is a result that can really maybe change the tide. I think, and like I said, it's only maybe let me check really quick. It's only a 60-point lead, I think, in the constructors.
Oh, okay, that's closer than I thought. I mean, that's still, a pretty decent.
Okay, yeah, it's about a 50-point gap. So I mean, you get a 1-2 here, and that's
1-2
that's
there.
40 plus points right there. And depending on where Slippery finishes, I mean, they're gonna gain a lot here just from this one race. And Canadian, unfortunately, DNFing is unfortunate for the McLarens as well. But one thing I haven't mentioned though is that TC, I think, has been slowly closing in on David.
Yeah, he's definitely dropped that time down. He's starting to see the back. Oh, David.
Oh no!
Off track a little bit right there. David definitely had a moment.
And now he's really in there. TC is definitely smelling blood in the water.
Yeah, the back end just straight stepped out on him. What was that? 0.4 of a second, I think he lost, if not
Don't
more.
tell me I commentator cursed him again, bro. Not again. No, I think they're continuing on, but I mean, it's seriously, it's raining
just the conditions.
heavy. It is raining heavy.
Yeah,
it really wouldn't surprise me if it's actually full wet conditions out there right now.
Yeah, it's just so tough to make that call. We got 4 laps left.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm not necessarily seeing standing water. It's still
Bio is on
slippery.
it. Bio has went onto it, but obviously he is way in the back, has nothing to lose at this point. Oh, and Wesley, a little bit of contact there. Balla does a good job closing the door.
He's actually, well, never mind, that these times aren't accurate. I wish they would give us their, you know how you can go to gap and change it to fastest lap?
Yeah.
I wish they would do last. I wish they would add last lap. Or like
they should give you the
lap.
whole. Oh, big moment right there for. Who was that routine? Oh my goodness.
So Bio's actually gonna bow out. But what happened to routine?
Oh my goodness. Well, he was in front of Balla and Wesley there.
Oh.
And he lost it on the fast corner, and they literally split him. I mean,
Slippery's
I don't know how.
in this mix as well now. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, that's Bio's
so
car coming back out.
It was almost all 3 of them just wrecked on
look
that
at Slippery.
corner.
Slippery's going for the overtake on Wesley. And yeah, I think he gets it done. Yes, he does. So that is 1 more point. Oh, no, 2 more points there for Slippery. And, I mean, we've got 4 laps to go. Every point is going to count.
Oh, and he definitely...
And he's going to go for it on routine. But routine, we know those the straight line speed. I don't think routine will challenge him too much, but oh my goodness.
He's so quick.
Yeah, he's so fast in a straight line. And he is just nowhere in the corners. He is absolutely nowhere in the corners. He might get overtaken here. Whoa.
Woo. Big. Oh, now Slippery's going to dip back down to the inside. The switchback makes it happen. Whoa, off the track goes routine.
That might have been a
little bit of time there.
A little bit of a glitch, because I think routine kept it on track there.
Yeah, it was just a
little popping lag or something. Yeah. No surprises there from Codemasters.
Probably on my end, if anything, honestly.
But I mean,
yes, TC lost time on them corners back there. He had it down to 0.78, and then now it's back up to 1.1.
This is one of the first times
2 laps to
in a long time I can remember where I don't think anybody is going to finish in the position that they started in. Nobody. That's one of the first times I think we've had this happen. No joke. But David, he's got 2 laps. Well, he's got really about 2.5, 3 now. But can he keep TC behind him?
It's a tall
task because TC's just been gaining and gaining and gaining, and really we've seen David make quite a few mistakes here in these last. I mean, honestly, well, he's made some mistakes the whole race.
They both take a little bit of curb there. Let's see. Yeah, TC closes in even further. Yeah, oh yeah, so soft on the throttle coming out of that corner. I think he's gonna have a decent run into turn 1 as long as he hooks up these next 2 corners decent.
Yeah, this is gonna be the telltale sign of if he's gonna be able to get this overtake done. Tails is on the 35th lap. And I mean, yeah, he is just gone.
Yeah, Tails has decided to just leave everybody behind.
He's decided to take a trip to the moon. He will not be returning until the podium ceremony. TC giving David a little fake, maybe trying to get him to make a little mistake, but David not budging.
The rear stepped out a tiny bit on David there. Yeah, TC dropped a lot of ERS on that straightaway, trying to just get there. He knows he can see the clock counting down.
Yeah, and I mean, if TC could get 2 P2s in a row, I mean, he'd probably feel very, very good about that. Especially after the season that he has had. It's been a little bit of a rough one, especially the start of the season. But lately, he has definitely been coming into his own.
Yeah, another prior champ that we've seen have some struggles here recently. Yeah, the inaugural champ. Right? Yes. I could be wrong about
I believe
that.
He was. Yes, he was. I mean, it kind of depends on where we stay.
True,
we started.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I claim the final season of CRL mainly because I ran it, and ladies did not do anything. So yeah, I claim that season. So that was I believe that was TC as well.
Ooh, and he almost just lost the whole thing on the last corner right there, TC. Or second to last corner.
Yeah, we're on our final lap now. This is TC's final opportunities. He needs to close
big
it
moment
now.
For David there.
Hold on a minute. He might go for it now. Doesn't shoot down the inside. Maybe wasn't really alongside enough for that really to be on for him there. David just seems like he's struggling.
Maybe comfortable enough not sending it there because he is closed in so much on this sector right here, the middle sector. I feel like
I just don't know where else he would get it done though.
Oh, he had a big moment, or slowed up quite a bit.
Yeah,
there.
he
that
broke
was
too
weird.
early there. He was playing it safe. He needs to get back on the back, and that's what I mean. You can't really make those types of decisions on the final lap. If you see if there's a gap there, you know what I'm saying. You must go for the gap. And I think that's
that might have cost it.
Yeah, I think Tails has brought home P1, but I think that's gonna secure possibly, unless David makes another mistake here, which is definitely possible. But I think TC gonna have to settle here with a P3.
I believe so. Still very nice drive coming back.
P3. And Acid Masters, amazing drive from Acid Masters. I mean, look at the entire top 5. Acid Masters up 8. Bon Homie up 8. Amazing drives from these boys.
Routine up 8 too. Yeah.
Slippery manages the damage limitation, gets it back into P6 after accidentally putting on the mediums while the intermediates were definitely the tire to be on. Black Baller pulls in P7. F1 Wesley Santana gets P8. Routine pulling in P9 with absolutely no downforce. Gelfie and Gelfie finishing out the points scoring positions in P10. I mean, that was an eventful ass race. Especially for Netherlands, that was super eventful.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed conditions. Wow, I mean, we were talking about how it's been raining more. I was not expecting it to rain at all, dude. It came out of nowhere.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I've said that before, that maybe F1, maybe sprinklers on the track sometimes.
Hey, man. Hey, man, I'm down for some sprinklers. Why not? I'm also down. Bring back refueling while we're at it.
Oh, I have definitely been for that. That is one thing legit. Maybe the sprinklers is I was kind of joking, but the refueling, we definitely.
No, but that one's for real.
Legitimate. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that one.
I'm in full agreement with you. But yeah, no, that was.
Yeah,
that
nice
was a fantastic
recovery
race
right there for the AlphaTauris. Good.
And I mean, yeah, like we said earlier, I mean, I don't know who got fastest lap, but that's 43 points right there in the bag for the AlphaTauris. Obviously, Slippery still managed P6, which is 8 points. So it'll all balance out a little bit more in the end, but definitely a lot gained for the AlphaTauri boys today in their
Yeah,
conquest
K Money.
to come back.
Exactly. Yeah, it was K Money with the fastest lap, so no
Yeah,
points.
so nobody gets the fastest lap. That is right. He said it after putting on those softs, and then it started raining pretty shortly after that. But yeah, we will catch you guys at the next race. Hopefully, we have just as good of a race coming up for you guys. We're heading to Monza next Wednesday, same time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that. From me and Celeste, we'll see you guys.